Good evening, everyone. Yeah, about the strategy I've been talking about that I've been using for the past few days now. I want to share you the strategy. This strategy is used on volatility indices. So, the first thing to check is on any volatility indices you're checking. Number one, check your 1 hour time frame and check what is happening on 1 hour time frame. So if the, let's say, two or one, two, three candles on H1, if it is bullish like this, if it is on a strong bull candle or bearish candle, whichever one, if it's on a bearish candle like this, you'll be looking for an opportunity to sell, and if it is bullish like this, you'll be looking for an opportunity to buy. And also, before you start buying, always check the next support or resistance zone. For example, if this H1 was bullish up to this point, now you can see that there is a resistance here, so that means you can't take any trade on this point, so you better leave it, or better still, you sell because of that resistance. So now, that's the first thing. Check what H1 is doing, especially the current candle on H1. Now go back to M1, to 1 minute time frame, and draw your trend line. Draw your trend line on 1 minute time frame. So now, the reason why I entered here, you can see that it has not touched this trend line. The reason why I entered here is because of these two supports and also SMA 50. That yellow line is my SMA 50. So these two supports, this and this, so you can see it right there. So that's why I drew it. So then the strategy now is you enter with big lots. Make sure you enter with big lot size at that point. Make sure you enter with very big lot size at that point. And whenever you are having two retraceable zones like this, for example, I have here, the market might start buying here or draw down a little bit to this line before buying. So here you enter with smaller lot size here, but make sure it is also big, but not too much big, so that whenever it draws down, you'll be able to add more positions. But right now, this is a $3 account. This is a $3 account, so that's why I'm not able to use very big lot size. It's a real account also. It's a real account, so that's how the strategy is. So number one, check H1, check what the current candle is doing. If it is bullish, come back to M1 and draw your trend line and start looking for opportunity to buy. If it is bearish, start looking for opportunity to sell, and make sure on that H1, make sure it's not on a resistance or support zone. So those are the rules of the strategy, and always use big lot size. Then the money management, if you have $100, if you have like $100, don't, make sure not all the $100 is here on your balance. No, go to your binary and withdraw $90 to your binary account and trade with only $10. Trade with only $10. That $10, if you see a very good entry and you use your big lot size, you can take that $10 to $50 and even more, depending on how the market moves well. So this one is still trying to move now, still trying to move. So let me pause the video so that we can see how it goes. And if you notice any change in movement, it's better, since it is a scalping method, it's better you close the trade and wait for another good entry. Okay, for example, now this trade is doing as if it wants to start selling again, but I will wait for this current candle that is bearish to close. It might still close bullish, so I'll wait for it to close before taking any decision. Now you can see what it's closed in. So that's that candle is not really a signal for a sell. It is still showing that buyers are in control, if you understand price action well. So I can't get out of this trade right now. I will still need to hold it. So let me pause the video now and we'll resume back in some minutes. Yeah, so this is a successful one. So thank God I was able to do it now, and you can see how I do it. So there's no magic there. Number one, check what H1 candle is doing. Make sure it's a strong move. Make sure it is on a strong move. Don't trade in such position. Don't trade on these consolidation zones. Don't trade here. Yeah, but here, make sure this kind of move you can trade here. You can trade here. You can trade here. So that's how we roll. Number one, check what each one is doing. If it is bullish, go back to your M1 and draw your trend line. If it is bearish, go back to your trend line, to your M1 and draw your trend line and start showing binary paper. So that's how we've been doing it. So we're able to take this $3 account to $14 now, and it is still moving. So you can close the trade anytime you feel like. If you feel like maybe the market wants to start reversing, or maybe it can't move further, then you take your profit and start looking for another opportunity. So you can always withdraw your profits to your binary and begin again with maybe your $10, or just make sure you trade with any amount you can afford to lose, because had it been this market continued selling here, by the time it gets to this level, it would have cleared all my $3. So that's it. As you can see now, the market seems to be changing direction. So let me close the trade now. It has reduced my profits back to so let me close the trade. So that's a good one, $3 to $10. So thank you very much. Bye bye.